Welcome to ABC Interactive English. Hello everyone, I am Karen.
And I am Matt. Today we are reading an article titled Meet the Water Sommeliers.
Meet the Water Sommeliers? What does that even mean? I know what water means, but what's water sommelier?
Well, a sommelier is someone whose job it is to taste drinks and tell other people what's special and what's different about those drinks and why you should be drinking certain drinks.
So what you're saying is that they can tell the difference between different brands of water? But how can anybody do that? Water is water, right?
I usually also think water is just water. When I go to the convenience store, I buy the cheapest water.
Me too!
But actually, my girlfriend has a water that she really likes. So she says that water tastes better than the other waters in the convenience store. And it's also just a cheap, it's not like a fancy, expensive water. It's just one of the cheap ones, but she thinks that's the best one.
So maybe she can also be a water sommelier.
Maybe, because I think I can't taste the difference. I don't think you can taste the difference. So maybe you need those special taste buds to be a water sommelier.
Because I do not have a sensitive taste bud. So usually when I taste different kind of things, I can't really tell the difference. How about you? Are you usually good at telling the difference between different type of drinks, like different types of coffee, for example?
Yeah, I think with coffee, I can usually tell like good coffee from bad coffee, but I usually just drink the cheapest coffee anyway.
Yeah, that's the answer for everything, right? Buy the cheapest one.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Well, I think there's some interesting facts that we can learn about water sommeliers today.
Water has no taste, right? Wrong. Just ask a water sommelier. Water sommeliers are water experts. They're trained to taste and judge the qualities of water from around the world.
So today we are looking at part 1 of Meet the Water Sommeliers. So we were talking about the water sommeliers and then how they can tell the difference between different kind of water, which is very rare. Not everybody can do that, right?
That's right. Like we said, I can't, you can't, but some people can.
I think most of the people can't.
Right, I would think so. That's why you need other people to tell you.
Exactly.
Let's begin the article. Water has no taste, right?
Right.
Wrong.
No.
Just ask a water sommelier. Okay, so we have a word in there which is taste. And the taste of something is the flavor or the sensation you get when you put something in your mouth and your tongue touches it and lets you know if it's sweet or sour or bitter, whether it's good or bad or disgusting. So water, I think, usually doesn't have a taste, or maybe it has some taste, but it's just like water taste. It's all the same.
I agree with you because I can't tell the difference. However, though, water sommeliers are water experts. So when you say somebody's an expert in something, that means they're very, very good at something, or they have a lot of knowledge in this topic. So they are water experts, which means that they know a lot about water, and maybe they can also tell the difference between different types of water.
All right, well, now it's time to go to Tina.
Hi, I'm Tina. 这篇课文的主题是关于品水师这个特别的工作。水看似平淡无奇，但受过专业训练的品水师能够分辨出不同水源的风味。我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字。Taste 名词，味道。The taste of this coffee is bitter. 这个咖啡的味道很苦。Taste 也可以是动词，指的是尝起来。I just made some cookies. Do you want to taste them? 我刚刚做了一些饼干，你要尝尝看吗 文法的部分刚刚提到了 A has no B， A 没有 B， 也可以说 A doesn't have any B。 我们来看看这个例句 George has no children with his wife。 我们也可以说 George doesn't have any children with his wife。 George 跟他太太没有小孩。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, and we are back. So let's get back to this article. They're trained to taste and judge the qualities of water from around the world.
Oh, so they're trained to do that. It's not like they're born to already know about different types of water. So they are being trained, they're taught about this. So also to taste, we're looking at this word here, and you were talking about taste as a noun, right? But now we're looking at it as a verb. So to taste means to use your tongue to find out the flavor of something, or for something to have a certain flavor. Like you mentioned, something could be sweet, sour, salty, or bitter. You use your tongue to taste it. An example sentence would be, I will taste the soup to see if it needs more salt. Yeah, that's right. You know, it's important to know and to taste the water if you're a water sommelier, right? Because if you can't tell the difference, that means you can't taste it.
That's right. They have to taste the water to see if it's, good or bad or has certain qualities which they will judge. So to judge something is to form an opinion, to form what you think about something, whether it's good or bad, or if it's too salty or too sweet. You're judging the food and deciding if it's good or not. So in this case with the water, you can look at the different qualities, the way that it tastes different from other water from around the world, and judge whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
That's right. Well, I do have to say, it does sound like a very, very interesting job because I personally don't know any water sommeliers. Do you?
No, I don't. I thought it sounds like a boring job because of all the drinks you could judge, why would you choose water?
Well, it's so different. It's interesting because it's so different and it's so rare, right?
That's right.
Okay, let's go to Tina first and we will be right back.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 judge 动词评论判断 Please don't judge people by their clothes 不要用衣着来判断他人文法的部分刚刚提到了 Somebody is trained to 加动词某人受训去做某事 Train 是培训训练的意思我们来看看这个例句 Tom is trained to drive a bus Tom 受训去开公车接着我们回到课文当中
Thank you, Tina, and we are back. Okay, so talking about water sommeliers, I think they probably get paid quite a lot because it's a very unique skill that they have, right?
Maybe, but I also
I'm guessing.
think there can't be very many of them in one place at one time or there won't be enough jobs for them.
That's true. Okay, well, we learned some interesting facts already about water sommeliers. How about let's go to the second part of our article and we will be right back.
Water sommeliers can detect the flavors of water. They can tell when the water is sweet or bitter. The flavors aren't strong, so many people don't notice them. The flavors are a sign of the water's environment. Water from lakes and rivers tastes different from natural spring water. Also, water from deep in the ground tastes even more different.
Welcome back. So before the break, we learned that not all water tastes the same. Water has flavor and that sommeliers can taste that difference in flavors and judge water from around the world based on its qualities.
That's right. So let's learn more about them. Water sommeliers can detect the flavors of water. So when we say detect, to detect, that is a verb. It just means to discover or notice something, especially something that is hidden or difficult to see, hear, or smell, and to taste. An example sentence would be, a smoke detector is designed to detect smoke and trigger an alarm.
Okay. They can tell when the water is sweet or bitter. I don't know if I've ever noticed water being very sweet or very bitter.
Well, if you add sugar in the water, it would be sweet.
That's right. So we have a word which is bitter, which is pretty much the opposite of sweet. So having completely no sweetness means something tastes bitter. You might have had some very bitter chocolate. You have some very high percentage cocoa chocolate, which is around 90% cocoa, and then it's very, very bitter. We also know that coffee is something that's very bitter, so people usually add sugar to their coffee to make it more sweet.
That's right. And also, the lemon seeds are very, very bitter as well, if you ever tried.
I've never eaten a lemon seed.
Never? Okay.
So is it sour and sweet?
Well,
sour and bitter.
That's right. The seed is very, very bitter. But the lemon itself, it's sour.
Okay.
Okay. Well, how about let's go over to Tina first, and we will be right back.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 detect 动词察觉发现 I detected a strange smell in the kitchen 我察觉到厨房里有奇怪的气味 bitter 形容词苦的 This coffee is too bitter for me 这杯咖啡对我来说太苦了这边还有一个文法重点 Somebody can tell when 加主词加动词某人可以分辨什么 Tell 在这里指的是分辨辨别它的三态是 tell, told, told. When 指的是何时，引导的名词子句作为它的受词。我们来看看这个例句。My mom can tell when I am sad. 我妈妈能看出我什么时候难过。接着我们回到课文当中。
Thank you, Tina. And now we are back. So let's continue with our article today. The flavors aren't strong, so many people don't notice them. And I'm one of those people. Because you're right, the flavors are not very strong between different brands of water, different types of water. So a lot of us cannot notice them. We cannot tell the difference between different types of water.
That's right. The flavors are a sign of the water's environment.
Okay. And water from lakes and rivers tastes different from natural spring water. I didn't know this either.
You know what? I actually did know this because I remember that I have tasted the difference in water before.
Okay.
Back when I was a kid, we used to go to my cousin's house in a part in the middle of British Columbia, a place in Canada. And the water there was very different from the water that I was used to at home in Vancouver.
How so?
Well, it's just a different taste. It tastes more earthy. There's more minerals in the water because in that area they use lake water.
Okay.
Because they have lots of lakes there. But I think in Vancouver it's either river or spring water. So it's much, I don't know, it has less minerals in it and it just tastes very different and it tastes much better than the water at my cousin's house.
Really? Okay, that's very interesting.
All right, getting back to the article. Also, water from deep in the ground tastes even more different.
So water from deep in the ground. There are so many types of water that I didn't know about. So water from deep in the ground is called groundwater?
It could be, groundwater, which you could get by digging a deep well to get the water from the well. And then you'd have this groundwater, which tastes even more different.
Okay, next time I'm really going to sit down, take some time, and try to see if I can taste the difference between different types of water.
Well, yeah, I think it's more interesting if you could actually drink tap water from different places, maybe.
Oh.
And then you'd probably want to boil it in certain places.
Yes.
But that wouldn't change the flavor anyway. So that way you could try different water from different sources because a lot of bottled water is already, filtered and changed in its flavor.
Okay, well, you know what? We're going to be learning more interesting things about water in part 2. So let's review our article again and we'll see you tomorrow.
Water has no taste, right? Wrong. Just ask a water sommelier. Water sommeliers are water experts. They're trained to taste and judge the qualities of water from around the world. Water sommeliers can detect the flavors of water. They can tell when the water is sweet or bitter. The flavors aren't strong, so many people don't notice them. The flavors are a sign of the water's environment. Water from lakes and rivers tastes different from natural spring water. Also, water from deep in the ground tastes even more different.
我们来一起复习一下这一课的重点单字跟文法。单字的部分 ，taste 名词味道，动词尝起来 ；judge 动词评论判断 ；detect 动词察觉发现 ；bitter 形容词苦的。文法的部分刚刚提到了 ，A has no B，A 没有 B。Sam has no friends at his new school。也可以说 Sam doesn't have any friends at his new school. Sam 在新学校没有朋友。Somebody is trained to 加动词，某人受训去做某事。Amanda is trained to be a lifeguard. Amanda 受训成为一名救生员。Somebody can tell when 加主词加动词，某人可以分辨什么。The teacher can tell when a student is lying. 那位老师能看出学生什么时候在说谎。以上就是这一课的重点单词跟文法，我们下一课再见，拜拜。
We gotta get this project finished, but there are so many details.
Yeah, but we can't cut corners. The manager specifically told us that we have to do everything by the book.
By the book? What book?
No, it just means that we have to go by the rules and the standard procedures exactly without taking any shortcuts.
Okay, I got it. But seriously, having to follow all these rules and do everything exactly according to every detail is driving me crazy.
True, but sticking to the process does make things easier in the long run. I get why the manager is so big on it.
Hi everyone, today's phrase is by the book.
That's right. It means following rules or procedures exactly as they're stated, without improvising or skipping steps.
It's like reading instructions in a book and carrying them out word for word.
It's about playing it safe and making sure no details are missed, even if there might be a quicker way.
Right. Here's an example. The factory operates by the book to keep product quality steady.
Or the company handles all contracts by the book to avoid legal issues.
So, while it can feel strict and rigid, doing things by the book helps maintain consistency and prevents problems down the line.
Exactly. And that's all for today.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.